Hello, everyone. This is your PEA President, Stephanie Yocum, here with your 10-minute meeting for salary tentative agreement for our teacher contract. So I have a trusty chart here ready to explain the tentative agreement for salaries. There is a few other pieces of language that are wrapped up into this tentative agreement. So make sure when you get the summaries and the links for everything to your work email Thursday morning, it'll start going out Thursday morning. Please make sure that you read through the list of changes and the articles and those executive summaries to make sure that you are well informed and well versed on all of the changes to our contract that are being presented to you all to vote on. And so I want to say that getting settled on October 5th was a feat, but your bargaining team pulled it off. You know, we did a lot of collaboration in the background to make sure that we were able to walk away on Thursday last week with a tentative agreement. So that way, we are looking to get salary increases and retro pay upon ratification of our units and the school board on the 24th. End of November is when we should tentatively see all of the raises come through. And so we wanted to make sure that we got this to you guys so that we could get this rolling and get these salaries and all that stuff paid out upon ratification. And so what does that mean for you guys? And so over the last couple of years, you know, in a previous video, we went through where we've been, where we are, and where we want to go. And while our bargaining team was not successful in a 3-year deal, we got a pretty good deal to start with this year. I think it's actually pretty fabulous. And then moving forward, we have the ability to keep coming back to break up that compression. And I want to remind us that the reason that we have a seat at the table is through our union to negotiate. So membership is more important than ever now at the 60% threshold that we have to certify by once we get back from winter break. So membership is needed to keep us strong so that we can continue coming back to the table year after year and making our contracts for our wages, hours, and working conditions stronger each year. So let's dive in to the salary part of what you guys should expect when you're looking at this. Now, it is individualized in the sense that we have to start breaking up the compression in the first pay level. Because right now, we have 0 to 13 years of experience all compressed into that first salary level of AAD at 47.5. So now that we've gotten the minimum to 47.5, we've got to make sure that we use our dollars to not only break up the compression, but make sure our veteran teachers, and that typically means like our teachers that have been here for 10 or more years, get the raises that they are also deserved, not just our brand new teachers rolling up the base, which was needed too. But everybody needs to start seeing equal raises, and our veteran teachers are due. And so this is what this agreement starts to address. So the first level AAD is it's the same as what I had explained in the previous video. It's just for the 23-24 school year. We're not looking at 24-25, 25-26. We're going to keep chipping away at that though. And we promise to bring that same layout to the table each year until this is done. But AAD, 0 years of experience coming in as a brand new teacher with no experience is going to stay at 47.5. And then 1 to 3 years, we'll move 1 level. 4 to 5 years in that base, we'll move 2 levels. 6 to 7 years of experience in that base, we'll move 3. 8 to 9 years in the base, we'll move 4. 10 to 11 years, we'll move 5. And then 12 to 13 years of experience in the base right now, we'll move 6 pay levels. If you're on AAE and down the schedule, so AAF, AAG, etc., everybody else will move 6 levels as well on the pay for performance schedule. If you're on a pay for performance schedule, you'll move 6 levels after that base AAD. The grandfathered is the same breakup because we also have our teacher network managers. A lot of them earn those first couple levels or in that first AAC level. So that needs to break up as well. And then, but our grandfathered, because they had to be slightly less than 47.5 because of the legislature and the way this law was written. Now that we're at 47.5, it frees that up so that now both salaries will be starting at 47.5. And so what this does for our grandfather teachers, if you're on AAD, AAE, AAF, AAG, and down, you're moving 7 pay levels. And then our OTPT sign language interpreter schedule, will move 2 pay levels because they weren't compressed because they were already above 47.5 to start when all this started to happen. And 2 pay levels is equivalent on their schedule to about 7 on the teacher side of things. So in addition to this, okay, in the previous video, we were adding $70 into each level after the base. We were able to talk with the district and bring $1 million more to the table. And we now were able to add $150 total, not 70, 150 into each level after the base. So that's significant too. What we ended up doing for that, just so you know, we pulled back performance pay because with the $1 million extra that was added to the table, that wasn't enough to do the $300, $500 supplement. We would have been looking at $100, $200 supplement. And because the supplements are taxed at a higher rate and you don't get FRS credit anymore, thanks legislature, it was more beneficial to you guys to add money into the base so that you see that recurring and it's taxed at a lower rate and it counts towards your FRS. So that was the trade-off there. And so we were also able to do something with our deans in talking about supplements and wanting to start looking at the mentality of moving away from those monthly supplements that people are getting. We're trying this out with our deans this year. We're going to have a special dean schedule that starts with the base pay, but adds in that dean supplement that they're getting at $2,500 added into the base. So deans won't get it as a supplement anymore. They'll have it added into their base pay. And so deans will be on a separate schedule to reflect that. What that does for you guys is that your net pay for that's actually going to increase because that $2,500, instead of being taxed at the supplement rate, will be in with your base pay, taxed at a lower rate, and will count for FRS. So that's great news. And so that's the kind of modeling that we're testing out. And then, we'll be experimenting with, and as more positions may be eligible for that, we're going to be looking at that, as we come back to the table year after year. And so we're very excited about this. This really starts to break up the compression pretty significantly. And so we're hoping after next year, and especially the year after, that the teacher contract will be completely broken up to where we are on year for year experience again, down our salary schedules. And so there's other language in there too. I do want to highlight, because this is in all 3 contracts, if you are on an educational leave and doing an internship in Polk County Public Schools, not another district, not for charter, but in Polk County Public Schools, the district will now pay for your board contribution for your health insurance, which is huge because that's almost $800 at this point that employees were having to fork over if they were going to go on an internship for maybe school psychologist or school counselor or something else, maybe an ed leadership internship. Whichever, if you're in Polk County Public Schools doing that internship, you will get your board employee health contribution paid for. So that's awesome. And it removes a barrier to those types of internships. So please look over the tentative agreement. This video is embedded in that email. It's also on our PEA YouTube channel. It'll be put on our social media pages. Spread this wide. Your union is recommending a yes vote on this tentative agreement. We're very proud of it. And while, bargaining is a give and take, we don't always get what we want. The district always doesn't get 100% what they want. The ability for us to be able to come to the table and hash this out in a collaborative manner is the power of our union. And so I encourage you to join. If you haven't already joined PEA, the power is together. And the power is us standing side by side, advocating for what we need so kids get what they need. And this is a great first step when we start to look at the decompression, and your union will continue to fight to completely decompress these schedules over the next couple of years. So again, we're recommending a yes vote. If you have any questions about the tentative agreement, do not hesitate to contact us at the office or your building reps. We'll be out and about in schools over the next week and so too, as we always are, helping you guys look through these contracts to see if you have any questions. What we do recommend right now is to go into staff portal, get your where your pay schedule and your current pay level is so that you can see where you fall on this. Also, we all know that years of experience are not reflected correctly in the staff portal. It's an SAP error. It's not manual. They have to manually put it in. It's not automatically updating. The district is aware of this. Do not look at your Polk County years of experience. Those are incorrect. it's the way the programming is. They're working to fix it as we're migrating to a new system. Look at your seniority date for your contract. That is going to be how you would calculate your Polk years of experience. But that's really just for that first pay level. Because everybody else, we're taking your current pay level and you're moving 6 on the pay for performance, 7 on the grandfathered. Our OTPT, SLI folks are moving 2 pay levels. And so make sure that you are going into SAP portal to get that pay level information. And you can always talk to your building rep or call the office if you need help seeing where you would fall on that. Well, again, our bargaining team is super excited to bring this to you. We recommend a yes vote, and let's get that membership so that we can continue to advocate for our working conditions, our wages, and our kids for this profession. Bye, guys. PEA strong.